We are live, and we got another special guest in the FIFA Koballa podcast. And he is a Twitch FIFA streamer. He also streams other games as well. And he's our first guest from an island in Portugal. Oh my goodness.
Hey, my man.
FUBU87. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. So proud to be here. I'm going to say it's the highlight of my FIFA career is being at your podcast.
Oh my
So
goodness. Oh
thank you
my
so much for
gosh.
being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I met you. I knew about you through FIFA College, Charlton. We did an interview along like a few
Yes.
weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. A great
Yes.
interview, by the way. Really loved it. Yeah, and he told me, hey, I know this guy, give him a follow. He likes to do podcasts, and like, yeah, I would love to join. I would love. I love talking about myself. I love talking about FIFA. Maybe we can talk about you as well. Yeah, I just have to say thank you for the invite, and let's try to make some magic here.
Yes, let's make the magic happen. Thank you so much for coming through. This is fantastic. We're gonna have a good time. We usually
We
go an
will.
hour, as you already know, and it's gonna be a
Yes,
lot
you
of
do.
fun. It's gonna just breeze by, man.
Look, the way I talk, I think you'll need 2 or 3 hours because I don't shut up. So,
Oh, okay. That's even better. Oh, that makes it
okay.
even better. Well, where can people find you? Where can people find your Twitch and social media?
Okay, so I am basically FUBU87 everywhere you can find, except TikTok. I don't know why. There's already a guy called FUBU87 on TikTok. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to try and change all of my brand just because of TikTok. So basically, I am FUBU87 on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, but I don't use Facebook that much. I don't like. I think Facebook, from what it was at the beginning, what it is now, I don't like how. I think it became a little bit toxic. I don't know. I don't like what Facebook is doing. So I don't work much there. I did open the page there. I was gonna try and stream there as well, but because I had one of my Twitch friends who was saying that oh, Facebook is great to stream, and I was going to set an account, but my mod Leah, she told me, so I don't think that's a good idea because you already built such a good community on your channel. If you leave, you'll have to start from zero, and it's going to be like you're abandoning some of the people that you already built. And I was like, that's why you're my mod. That's why you see the bigger picture. So I decided, even despite the fact that I opened on Facebook, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna might use that. Which I'll be honest, I'll use Facebook this time to promote your podcast for the interview. I'll use that, but I don't go too much on Facebook. So if you really want to catch up with me, it's really on Instagram, like off stream times. It's really on Instagram, on Twitter. Yeah, this basically, and I always try to reply. Sometimes I reply a little bit later. Sometimes I reply immediately. It depends how busy I am. But yeah, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. That's where you'll find me the most.
Fantastic. And we'll leave the links of the description below so you guys can
Thank
check
you.
him out. So, how have the streams and the FIFA been for you lately?
Awesome. I have to say, it's been awesome. And again, it's mostly because of FIFA College. Right before, as you'll understand, I have tremendous respect for the man. He helped me a lot. I'll gonna, despite the fact like I'm being very chatty and that I'm easy to chat with, I have this very big gap, which is I'm really no good at networking. And what I mean I'm no good at networking is I don't like to bother people. I literally don't like. I don't know what people. I'd rather people come to me, not because I feel important, but I rather they come to me because I don't want to be in their lives in the sense I don't want to bother their lives because I don't know how busy they are. And Charlton is one of those people that comes to me, like he shows that he wants to be in my life as a friend, and he introduces me to people. and he introduced me to a group which we called our esports team, and he introduced me to a lot of people. And I started like promoting, hey guys, I'm going to be at the stream, and the guys show up to watch me play. They show up to hear my songs in my playlists, which sometimes they are very very good, and they come to me. I give all of me to them, which basically is what's what I do in my community. I give all of myself to all of them, and like I always say, my streams are only as good as my community, because if I'm in a stream with one or two people, I'm just literally like this, yeah, playing. But if people start showing up, I start making jokes. I'm more active. The other day I was playing. Food champs. First game of food champs, and my mod Leash was with me here because she came here to make a visit because she's from the same island as me, and she brought her dog. She got this crazy Yorkshire dog, and I was playing FIFA while the dog was licking my face, and everyone was going on stream. On stream, they were going crazy with the dog. It was really fun. So again, going back to the initial question, thanks to Charlton, and introducing me to a lot of people, my streams have been with FIFA have been very very good. From YouTube, a lot of people have been coming from YouTube because they like some of my content, which on YouTube I try to make stuff like investments. Right this moment before we started this, I did the market matchup predictions and investment tips. But streams are going really well thanks to Charlton and the people introduced me, and they introduce other people to come to the stream. It's that snowball effect. So yeah, everything's going well.
That's terrific. And shout out to FIFA College for making this happen. He connected us
Yeah,
as well, and
that's true. That's
even
true.
when he before he came on our podcast, he messaged me and he said he liked our podcast and wanted to be part of it, and we made it happen after communicating for a little bit. So, um, but you're definitely right. There is a networking aspect to this where we could definitely create like this FIFA streaming community amongst the content creators, which is awesome. And for me personally, even through this podcast, it has allowed me to network with people and meet amazing people across the globe.
And I think the way it works, it's like life itself, one step at a time. You start, let's say you start with me. I'm telling you now, it's not because we're on the podcast. I'm gonna tell people at least one or two very nice streamers that I like, and YouTube content creators. I'm going to talk to them about you, and I'm going to say that probably come here. One of them is Fearless Friend. He used to be a mod for Castro, at least a long time ago. There's Flying Banana. He's very good. There's also Foot Icon. He doesn't stream, but he does a lot of FIFA content on Twitter, and I'm definitely gonna talk to them about you because I think they would be perfect. From what I saw on your channel, I think they would be perfect for you, and I think they would be very happy. And like I said, step by step, you start with me. Maybe I know a bigger streamer, then you go with him. Maybe you go another step, and maybe at the end you're going to be, I don't know, talking with the fences and double A9 skills and all those great guys that produce great content. So that's what I wish for you. That's what I wish for you.
FUBU, I really appreciate it, man. That's awesome. I know, yeah, just even FIFA College doing that to you, me connecting, me to you, and making this all possible, and you having this desire to help me as well to get more guests. I mean, that's awesome. It makes my job easier, and it encourages me to continue to do this podcast. So that's
We
amazing.
have to, and again, this is the way I take my life. Uh, I get happy with other people's success. I don't want I don't want people to have success because they screwed me over. That I don't want. No.
Right.
But I want people to have success with my help. I don't need them to then shout out, "Oh, Fubu did this for me." No, I did. Look, enjoy your thing. Enjoy your thing. I'm one of those people that, but since I was young. when things are great with someone, I'm like, I'm chill. I'm here, I'm chill. But if that problem is that that person is having some type of problem, I'm the first guy to go, hey, do you need some help? Like happy times, I'll let you chill. Bad times, you can count on me to be there. That's the type of person that I try to be. Sometimes I don't manage because I'm busy with my life as well. But that's how I think the world should work. And I think if the world worked like that, we would live in a better, more friendlier world. That's at least how I think.
I 100% agree with that. And, I really like the mentality, the mindset you have in having this desire to help people and help others succeed. When you do that, not only do you help others succeed, but you probably succeed as well. And at the end of the day, it's all about just helping one another and just, going
I,
through this life, you
I
know.
think I think there's more than enough resources in the world for everyone. That's I think I can have you and I can have the same viewers. We can have the same community. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think we can share everything. It doesn't have to be greed, all for me, all for me. I don't think it should be like that. I don't think we can share. We can share as long no one is backstabbing anyone, which that's the worst part. As long as no one is backstabbing anyone, I think there's everything for everyone, and everyone can have success.
Yes, definitely. I wish more people had that kind of mentality like you do and have that
Uh,
desire to just be willing to share in that way to help others succeed. Because, to get to where you want to do, to get to your goals, you need people around you. You need good people that are willing to support you. So having that kind of support is just
and
amazing.
can I? This is one of the first lessons that I learned when I started working, even before I started working. So I work in a hotel, and it was a friend of my dad's that got me the job, which works like that a lot in Portugal, to be honest. And when I went to start, when I started working, like I don't know if it was before, but I remember the conversation, and he told me something. I was at the bar with him and my dad, and he looks at me and he goes like, "My name is Fabio, by the way." He goes like, "Fabio, tell me, what's the difference between greed and ambition?" And I was a kid. I was like 26, something like that. I was 26, I think. I consider myself a kid because the mentality is different from 20 years ago. I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know, sir. They seem like synonyms to me. They're like the same thing. And he goes, wrong. Greed is when you want to reach the top by all means. Ambition is when you want to get to the top by your own means, that you work hard, that you help people. Because if you get to the top with greed, someone's going to cut your legs and you're going to fall really fast. If you go to the top with ambition, people are going to help you maintain your place at the top. So I I think we shouldn't be greedy, like I was saying, all for me. We shouldn't be greedy. We should be ambitious to reach the top. And again, we try to help each other because it's not only for us. We show ambition on being the best. I say everyone, I wish I could be a top tier streamer. I hope I get there one day. But I don't go like, you watch me, you don't watch him, you only watch me. No, no, go watch FIFA College, go watch Fearless Friend, go watch Flying Banana. They're all great people. They're all great people. They will enjoy your presence. And if they grow faster than me, okay, as long as they're happy, as long they're having fun, I don't mind that, like I mentioned before. So yeah, that's small story. I'm gonna have all these little bits from my personal life that I try to apply on content creating and streaming.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, and thanks for sharing the difference between greed and ambition. But it kind of makes sense that you're such a giving and helping guy. I mean, you work at like a customer service type of field in the hotel business, so
Yeah,
it
that's true. That's
shows.
true.
It shows just talking to you for these past couple
Uh,
minutes.
no, it is. It's working. I work front desk basically. Like I mentioned before, I'm doing a graveyard shift, but we do get a lot of people. Like today, I had a group of Americans actually, and they left very early, so I had a lot of contact with guests. This is the first hotel where I'm doing 100% on graveyard shift. The other hotels I used to do morning and afternoon, and since the start, like I talk to people, I help them because when someone arrives at Madeira, most of them, like 90% of them or 80% of them, they don't know the island. They depend on the front desk people to give them the best spots to go, the best restaurants to go, so they don't feel cheated, you know? So it becomes our nature as Madeirans. And just so you have an idea, Madeira, when it started as a first as a touristic destination, many years ago, we used to be an hospitality destination, as in hospital. People would come from the UK to breathe the air of Madeira to cure their lung problems, like centuries ago. So we started like that, and it became, let's say, it passed from a job, being friendly and caring. It stopped from being a job and it went to the culture of the island. So I guarantee you, there's a bad apple everywhere. I'm not going to say we're 100%, but I'm telling you that when you come to Madeira, when people try to help you, they are being 100% genuine. They're trying to be very helpful. And when I started working, my good nature from my personality comes to my job, and yeah, we try to help, because if let's say if I go to America, let's go, I go to New York, my girlfriend actually wants to go there. I want to go to the front desk and I want to be 100% sure that the person behind the desk is trying to help me. So
Right.
that's why I do the same. When people come to Madeira, I tell them, like yesterday, there was a guy that was going to do a walk on the top of the mountain, and I was like, "Sir, are you sure?" Like, yes. Why? Look, that walk is the hardest one in the island. I'd be more safe if I knew you were going with the group. And he was saying, "Oh, don't worry. I have experience." I like, okay, but tell me your room number. He told me his room number, and I said, "Look, if you have any problems, you call 911. Well, the Portuguese version of that. You
Mm-hmm.
call 911. They will help you immediately." And I had his room number, and I went home. Then when I got back to work, I went to see, on the computer, because if something happens, we all write everything down. Like if something happened, we write, are we injured? He had a bad walk or whatever happened. And as soon as I got to my job, I went to the computer. I went to his file to see if there was something wrong, and everything was fine. So I was like, okay, if there's nothing written here, it's because he got here safe and the walk was a success. So that's what we try to do. And again, being very friendly, and this happens a lot. I start talking a lot and I start going unraveling and going, getting other stuff for the conversation.
Wow. Okay,
So
that's great. Well, Fubu was talking about Madeira, which is an island in Portugal, and you're saying it's a tourist destination. Is
correct.
that also where like honeymoon couples? Is that where honeymoons happen for married couples as well?
Yes, actually, you have honeymoons. You have a lot of them. Wedding proposals. The other day, I think last week, the husband, future husband, is the groom now. That's the word. The groom, the future groom, he came to the reception, not with me, but my colleagues during the day, and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend. I want to do it in the highest peak when it's sunrise. Can you arrange everything?" I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna keep it a secret." And the taxi driver came like 30 minutes before. We put all the drinks inside the minibus, all hidden. So like nothing. It's just a normal walk. It's just a normal walk. We're just gonna see the sunrise. And they went to see the sunrise. And from what people told me was a great success because she said yes. The Also a few weeks ago there was another couple. Funny story with that couple actually. He proposed to her. He was like a piano player, And this is the effect I try to have with everyone. And he was really drunk and he was so happy because he plays the piano and he plays the piano really good. And I heard some recordings from him. I was literally getting chills from his piano recordings. And the guy was so drunk, he was so happy. And he was like, come over here, come over here. And I hug them. I don't have any problems hugging people. And I go like this, and the guy kisses me in my bald head. They go like, kisses. I was like, no, he didn't kiss me. No, tell me he didn't kiss me. I was thinking then maybe he did a mistake. Then I was like, oh, sir, I have to go back to take care of some stuff. Okay, come here, come here. And I go for another hug, and then he kisses my bald head again. He was like so emotional. I was like, okay, this time I felt it. He kissed me this time. And then I was like, sir, then I talked more 10 minutes with him. I'm very sorry, sir. I really need to go back. And come here. And oh, God, he's going to kiss me again. And I go for a third time, and he kisses me the third time in my head. Not even my girlfriend, I'm telling you now, not even my girlfriend kisses me that much. And I just go up to the back, and the guy, and this is they just got married, and he wanted to play the piano. Summer of '69 from Brian Adams, because that was his song with his bride, and he wanted to play that. He wanted to play that song, but I couldn't allow him because it was already really late. If it was during the day, maybe I would let him, but at night, the graveyard shift, I really, really couldn't do that. So yeah, funny stories. You can go on. You can go on.
Oh, that's quite eventful at your workplace.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty amazing. What
yeah.
is there to do at Madeira?
Madeira. Okay, like I mentioned, best. Well, before we were in taping, it's the best island destination in the world. We are um, very proud of our nature. We are very, very proud of our nature. We have walks, which we call levada walks. What are levadas? Levadas are waterways that the old people, like 100 to 100 years ago, they would use those waterways from waters from the mountain to come down to water their plants, like for agriculture. I think that's what we said the word. For vegetables and all that, crops. Yeah, that's the word. To water their crops. And with the passing of time, with more technology, those levada walks they literally became touristic destinations. Basically, you cross through the forest, literally you cross through the forest, and you go to places that have marvelous sightseeing. There's one which I consider my favorite, which is called the Green Cauldron, and it's about a 5 hour walk in and out, 5 hours. And basically, many millions of years ago, probably, well, not millions, but thousands probably, it was like a water reservoir, like this front. And something happened and half of it fell. But again, many, many years ago, not during our time. And it fell, nature, and it became like this waterfall should be like, I don't want to say, maybe 500 meters waterfall. And it goes down to a lake, very beautiful. And it's my favorite because I just sit on the rocks and I start looking at everything. And I feel very small. And trust me, I'm quite a big guy. Considering the people here in the island, I'm taller than average. I'm larger than average. So I'm quite a big guy. Like my girlfriend keeps calling me I'm a bear because everywhere I go, I hit everything. If it's a small space, she calls me a bear. And I had this Russian friend. We were in college, university together, and she was sitting. You know those desks that you have this on the chair and the thing on the side to write down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to meet her, and trust me, every chair I found, I was hitting the chair. I was like boom, 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 and I sit next to her, and she starts laughing really hard, and she goes like with that thick Russian accent. Yeah, she goes like, "You look like a bear," and I started laughing so much. I ended up telling that story to my girlfriend, and she keeps calling me a bear because I hit everything. And that's why I like to go to that walk because everything is so massive. I feel small. I know
Mm-hmm.
it might sound weird,
Mm-hmm.
but if you ever have time, you go to YouTube or Google, you just put Green Cauldron Madeira, and you're gonna be like, "Whoa, this exists," because it's really beautiful. Also, more about the island. We have a very good nightlife. Actually, one of, like I mentioned, we had Americans leaving this night. The night before, there was one of these American guys. He called and he said, "Hey, dude, give me a nice club for me to go and party." And I go, "Oh, go. That's easy. Go to Vespa's club. It's very nice." And he goes there by about 3, 4 in the morning. He comes back almost 8 in the morning. He goes, "Dude, you're the man. I love your suggestions. That club was the best." And we have bars, we have drinks, we have the nightlife here is really, 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 really good. We also have the sea. We have a lot of dolphins, whales, sometimes sharks, really rarely, but sometimes sharks. We have a very good sea life here. And you can have, we don't have here in Madeira Island, we don't have the best beaches. The best beaches, it's on Porto Santo. You have like a 9 kilometer yellow sand beach, which is amazing. If you like to do only beach vacation, that's the place to go. Because I'm telling you, if Madeira had that 9 kilometer yellow beach, we would not be the best in Europe. We would probably be the best in the world because we would have everything. Our type of tourism can be for a younger generation like us, or it can be for older generation like our parents. So we cover everything.
Wow. Yeah, that was a lot, and that
That's a
sounds
lot, is a
very
lot.
that sounds very enticing. I guess if I ever were to go to Portugal, you definitely recommend me to go
Hey,
to
hey,
Madeira.
come to Madeira because we now have direct flights to New York, by the way. I think it's to
Oh, okay.
LaGuardia or something. Yeah, it's like really new. It's like really new. You don't need that hassle of going from, let's say, New York to the UK and then from UK come back to Madeira. Just come straight to us. Now
Oh,
it's
wow.
much, much easier. Yeah, much easier now.
A direct flight to Madeira.
Oh, trust me.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
fantastic.
if you ever, I'm telling you this now, it's taped. If you ever come here to Madeira on vacation, I'll be your personal guide. I'll
Oh
take you
my
to the best
goodness.
restaurants. I'll take you to the best places. I give you my word, okay?
Y'all need to network with FUBU. He's gonna hook you up, man.
I
Uh,
hook you up.
oh my gosh. If I ever go to Portugal, I'll definitely hit you up and
I'll
go
be
to that
waiting.
island and have a blast. Oh my
Yeah, you'll love it.
gosh.
You'll love it.
Yeah, I just put another country in my list now. So.
Trust me. Trust me. It's really nice. It's really nice. Look, mainland Portugal is really fun as well.
Mhm.
I'm half mainlander because my dad is from the mainland and my mom is from the island. And trust me, the mainland is really good. I've never been to Azores, but my parents have been there. They say wonders about Azores. So I'm going to tell you this now. I was watching many years ago. I was watching this ads on television, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful. Where is it? I want to travel to this country." And the end tag was uh, come on vacation inside. I was like, "Oosh, this is Portugal." Oh, and I asked my dad, "Oh yeah, this is this place in the mainland." Like, damn, I have to go there. And I went there, and it was so freaking amazing. There is no way to describe how amazing it was to be there. Because sometimes you feel like I didn't knew there was so many beautiful things in our country. But yeah, that's basically it. If you ever come here, you got my Twitter. You hook me up and call me and I hook you up. Don't worry about that.
I will most certainly do that if the time comes. Hopefully, one
Yes,
of
sir.
these days we can make it
One
happen.
day, yeah. But we'll make a live show, okay? If you ever come here, I'll arrange and we make a live show, okay?
Oh my gosh, that'd be even better. That'd be even better. I would love to do that. We could do a live podcast session
Hey, sounds
with
good.
Fubu.
If I'm working at a hotel, I'll hook up a nice room, maybe one of those balconies with a nice view of the city, and we'll arrange something really nice. We'll make all the other podcasters jealous, okay?
Oh my gosh, we got to bring all the equipment, the mics,
Yeah,
soundboard,
yeah.
and all that to make it all official.
That's right. That's right, my man.
Hopefully by that time we'll be a little bigger. We'll both be
Let's
bigger.
hope so. We will. We will. We will. Definitely. If we keep going hard, we'll manage.
So you lived in Portugal your whole life?
Yes. I lived in Portugal my whole life. Our society at this moment is forcing us, Portuguese, not only Madeiran, Portuguese. It's forcing us to, because of the COVID, okay? because of the COVID, it's forcing us to leave our country because people don't think they are being valued enough when it comes to money. And people keep telling me, and I've been thinking about that also, if I go with my studies, because I'm just gonna, not bragging, just stating facts. I have a bachelor's degree in English and Business Studies. I have a post-graduation in management, and I have a master's degree in ecotourism in the environmental management aspect. But I'm working at the reception desk because I don't seem to get chances to go higher. Because what's happening in our society is they don't want to put people permanent. And I kind of understand why they don't want to put people permanent, because let's say you're the boss, okay? You're the boss and you hire me. And first year, oh my God, FUBU worked so hard. Second year, he is so good. Third year, he is amazing. This guy works. Let's make him permanent. And you make me permanent, okay? You make me permanent. Then the fourth year, okay, he's slacking off, but maybe he's tired. And fifth year, not so good. Sixth year, not so good. And my production output starts to decrease. And all of a sudden, you're stuck. You can't fire me, and I'm just like this at work. So bosses end up losing trust and are afraid to put people permanent. Okay, and again, the government doesn't give us enough incentives to put the bosses put people permanent. So it's kind of a hard situation. So it's really hard for me to give a chance, because let's say when I get 3 years, they're like, FUBU, we like you a lot, but as you know, society at this moment, we are not putting people permanent, and that's hurting a lot of people, me included. And people are starting to think about leaving because they don't have chances to put their studies. Like I said, me and other hundreds or thousands of people. I'm just not talking about me, I'm talking about society itself. And people are forced to go out to, I'm going to give you an example. My paycheck is about 880 euros. And trust me, I can go to Switzerland. I can go to the UK, Spain, France, Germany, because I speak French, I speak German, I speak Spanish, I speak English, and of course, Portuguese. I speak 5 languages. I can go to any of those countries, and I'm going to go there, get a better job, and get about, let's say, between 2,000 and 2,500 euros per month. So I'll get almost triple than what I'm getting here, and I have more chances. One of the reasons that I don't want to leave, I feel very, very safe here. Like here on the island, you can go out at night. You can go out at night on your own. No one's gonna mug you. No one's gonna assault you. No one's gonna insult you. Nothing. You can go through the worst areas of the city. They might look at you funny. They might look at you funny, like, what's this guy doing here? But they won't do any harm to you, and I feel very safe. And I don't think, from stories that I heard, like from the UK, Switzerland, other countries, it's hard. You can't be on your own outside. Because it can be a little bit dangerous. I'm not bad mouthing. I've never been there, but that's the stories that I've heard. That's the stories I had friends. One of my best friends, she was in Spain, in Barcelona. She was in Barcelona doing a trainee program at a hostel, and she came across. Probably you remember. You remember that time when ISIS was recruiting people from Europe? Remember?
Yeah.
She came across one of those. She came across one of those ISIS guys recruiting people. Like, he spoke French, and she didn't want anything with him. And she went out for the day. And then when she came back that night, the boss told her, "Oh, you remember that guy that was talking to you when he was talking to the other girl, that Arab-looking guy? The special police came inside the hostel to arrest him. No, that happened to her in Spain. That would never happen here in Portugal because we control that a lot. We don't like if you want to get inside our country, you have to show us all the papers. You have to make sure you're not dangerous. So you wouldn't find the nicest person here in the island or even in the mainland. Mainland can be a little bit easier because you have connections to road, but here in the island, you wouldn't have that problem. You definitely wouldn't have that problem because we have everything under control. Even when it came to the COVID situation, our president, because we have a president, let's say Madeiran president, it was like, we're going to shut everything up. We're gonna shut down everything. No one comes in with boats or planes, wherever cars, obviously no one comes. We're going to shut everything down. No one comes inside this island until this COVID situation passes. So when everyone around the world was dying because of COVID, we were chilling here in the island. We were inside the house, but no one was dying. We didn't had like thousands of deaths. Maybe we had like 10, 12, something like that. Maybe that was the max. Maybe that was more. But we didn't have too many uh, death casualties because of COVID because, again, very easy to control, very safe. And I think there's no money in the world that can pay the fact that your safety. You understand? So I choose to stay here in the island, but things are getting a little bit hairier because I want to start my life with my girlfriend, for example, and I need money. I literally need money. And I think I'll have to sacrifice part of that to go outside, get like 2, 3 years, get a lot of money, and then come back here and do my life here as a professional here. And maybe if I work, let's say, in a big hotel in London, let's say, I'll come back here and that's what I think it's wrong. Because if you have the best island destination in Europe, that means you have the best professionals because it's not the building that makes quality. It's not the levadas that make quality. It's the people that make quality, right? It's the people. I give quality. I give quality. My colleagues at my hotel, they give quality. Everyone that works in the industry, people that don't work in the industry with being so nice, give quality to our destination. They give quality. So I think it's wrong. Oh, this guy was in the biggest hotel in London. Let's hire him for. No, no. You have to hire me because I'm a product of the best island destination in the world. No, I don't want to be a product of London or Switzerland. No, no. I'm a Madeiran product. I'm 100% genuine. I'm 100% real. I was I was born and raised in this quality. I don't need to go get quality outside because I got the quality from in here.
Hmm.
So I've been rambling. I'm sorry. I get
That's
very
a lot
passionate.
there. That's a lot there. Let me break that down. So yeah, it does seem challenging from the circumstances that you're at because it seems like your country, the society that it's built up, it's hard to have this sense of security in your career space or even
Yes,
try to advance and be profitable and have a good living.
yes.
So that's very unfortunate. I
I hope it
it's
gets better.
yeah, and it seems like you have a pretty impressive resume with your education, and you even for yourself, there seems to be this obstacle of you trying to do better for yourself career wise, and you have such a great education, and you know, and I do wish the best for you too, in all
It's gonna
genuality,
happen.
yeah.
I believe it's gonna happen
Yeah,
sooner
it
or later. It's
seems
gonna
like you're
happen.
putting in the work. You're trying to put yourself in a position where you can better yourself and for your friends and family. But
Yes.
um, yeah, that is pretty interesting when you bring that up because that's something I didn't know. So thanks for sharing
Uh,
that and shedding light to that.
no, and it's like the same. I don't really understand. Look, what I get about, let's say, American society, it's what I watch from movies and TV series. We don't have a lot of Portuguese movies or TV series that depict the society. So I know more about American society than Americans would know about Portuguese society. And even then, it can be false because, the director puts what he wants to put so
Sure.
on the movie. So I don't say I know about your society. I know it's really hard that sometimes people have difficulties and need one, two, three jobs to get by. And I believe that's a reality because that also happens here. Like I'm good. I'm good. My parents are good. My girlfriend's family are good. But I know situations of people like I know a guy, I'm not gonna say who, he works at a hotel. He does his 8 hours, and then after he finishes 8 hours, he goes and does a part time somewhere else to get some extra change so he can save. So people doing that, either in America or Portugal, doesn't matter. You don't really end up having quality of life because you should have like your 8 hours of work, and then you can have other 8 hours to chill with your family, with your friends, go watch a movie, and then more 8 hours to sleep. If you have 8 hours of work and 4 or 6 hours of extra work, you're not having quality of life.
Mm.
So, but yeah, and a lot of people don't know that because we tend not to show that. We tend, as a society, we don't like to show our problems to the outside. I think it's a matter of pride. We don't want to go to the international floor, at least the way I'm thinking. I don't know anyone, I don't know how they think, but the way I'm thinking, I don't think anyone wants to go to the international floor, be like, oh, people have to work more than 8 hours. We don't have enough money. We pay bad wages, stuff like that. I think it's a matter of pride. I think it's an internal. Like if you have a family problem, you're not going to go to Facebook or Instagram and say, "I have this family problem." You keep it inside with your family, and I think that's the way that it is. So yeah,
No, for sure. I mean, someone like me probably wouldn't know too much about Portugal, what's going on there. But I'm
exactly.
sure the things that you mentioned, though, there are like facets of it that you kind of see here as well. People
Hmm.
kind of deal with similar situations. Maybe not, it's not like 100% the same, but it's interesting. It kind of ties back to what you were talking about. Maybe if people were less selfish and more willing to share, more willing to help others succeed, maybe a lot of these problems that you're having there would be
Yes, yes,
resolved.
yeah,
I'm
exactly,
sure there's a
exactly.
lot to it, and we could go on and talk
Look,
about it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
go into
We
specifics.
exactly. We could go into specifics, but let's not because we have other good stuff to talk about. So
Exactly,
let's
exactly.
keep going.
Yeah, but this is good to know because, people tuning in that are not from Portugal, they'll understand like there's a different way of life and people have different struggles in different countries. And for us to really connect with people as we network, it's a great way. You just share your struggles, you share kind of the circumstances that you're going through. And then even for me, a guy from California, hey, I could relate to what you're going through and say, yeah, I do face similar struggles there, although it kind of does look a little different. But that's how you really connect with people at the end of the day, right?
It's connecting people. That's the most important thing,
Yes,
especially in what we do. It's the most
yes,
important part.
yes, exactly. And what's even better in how we could connect with people is having playing the same video game and
Yes, that's
streaming.
very
So
good.
let's segue into that and let's talk a little bit about more about the FIFA experience for you.
Let's talk about FIFA experience. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. So, how has. Let's start here. When did you start playing FIFA? And how did you get into
Okay,
streaming?
okay. Let's go. FIFA. I used to be a hardcore Pro Evolution soccer fan.
Okay.
Hardcore.
Okay.
It starts with Pro Evolution. Uh, and I think, when you get older, you start losing reflexes. I think you're on your prime, on your late teenage years, I think.
Right.
And I was playing Pro Evolution so much. I'm telling you, I would give people 3 goals lead, 3 goals lead, and I would kick them ass. I would kick their ass immediately. I would turn the game around, especially with my neighbor. Poor guy, he spent hours playing with me. We'd like play until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. My cousin also, we would play a lot. I used to play a lot of Pro Evolution. What happened to change for FIFA? I remember I have this very good friend which went to the UK to work. He immigrated, and I went to his house. We had the party there. We went to his house. I was like, I only have FIFA. Like, okay, I'll play FIFA. Of course, he kicked my ass. He kicked my ass, but that was my first, let's say, more adult experience because I remember being a kid and playing FIFA 98. But that one I'll put on the easy mode and I score 8, 9, 10 goals, but on the easy mode. I don't remember that much. Um,
Which
and
FIFA
I
was that,
know
by the way?
98,
That was
98.
98 that you're talking
FIFA
about?
98.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
the one that I would score on the easy mode. I was like 11 years old,
Or
something
the
like
one
that.
you played with your friend?
Oh no, the one with my friend
Yeah.
was FIFA 12. Sorry, FIFA
Okay,
12.
FIFA 12.
It
Okay.
was FIFA 12, the one that I played with my friend. FIFA 12.
Okay.
Okay, so we had FIFA 12, and I remember because we didn't used to have pace difference on PES, on Revolution. We wouldn't have pace difference. Everyone would catch up to everyone, and I remember I was playing with Arsenal and he was playing with Barcelona. So the guy wasn't giving me a chance anyway. And at the time, Walcott was the fastest player in the game. And I was blown away with the pace difference between PK and Walcott. So I'm like, oh, this is amazing. But I'm going to stick to Pro Evolution. I'm going to stick to Pro Evolution. Then when it was the console change between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, so about 8 years ago, I was like, the version that came out on PlayStation 3 of Pro Evolution was terrible. They haven't recovered since PlayStation 2. Like, I think the best Pro Evolution, I think it was 11, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think
Okay.
it was 11, the best. I remember 9 was amazing, 11 was really good, and then it started going downhill from there. And I was like, I think I'm going to start playing FIFA. And during February, when it's my birthday, 16th of February, 16th of February, my friends, my birthday party, my friends, they bought me FIFA 14, I guess. I'm going to say FIFA 14. And I started playing, and that was my first experience with FIFA. Of course, I was really bad because I was adapting. Then I got the next one and the next one, and I started I was progressing and getting better. And I end up now at this moment. I'm proud to say I'm an elite player, not the best elite player on Rivals, but I'm an elite tier level player,
Wow.
and I'm a Division Two weekend league player, consistent. I've been managed to get always ranked twos. I have a very good team. I was lucky. I don't spend money. I don't spend any money. I do a poor man's road to glory, so I do a lot of pack openings
Mhm.
with I do SPCs. I do a lot of SPCs.
Mhm.
Sometimes I go crazy and I use coins, not the FIFA coins, the normal coins to open packs. Sometimes I regret it all the time. So boys and girls watching this, don't spend money on FIFA. That's my biggest advice. Don't spend money on FIFA. If you want, do it, but I don't
Uh-huh.
think it's gonna. Uh, about streaming, about streaming. I actually started streaming Fortnite. I can say I have sometimes I have a sort of a identity crisis when it comes to streaming. And in my mind, when I started playing or streaming, I was like, no, you only stream competitive. You only stream competitive. You only stream competitive. That was my mind. So I started playing Fortnite. And my mod, Leah, she wasn't my mod at the time. She was already my friend, but she wasn't my mod. And it was me, my best friend. We were doing duos on Fortnite. And she was with her sister at their house watching me stream. And I think I had one or another close friend watching me stream. And actually, really fun because at this moment, because I have this very nice light here that now lights my face great. But at the time, I didn't have this light, and I was trying to figure out everything. So I had everything in my room lit up like this, felt like a studio. It was just light. It was plain daylight, and my mom just comes inside my room and just she yells, and my mother is gonna laugh, and she yells, "This isn't the electricity company. Turn that shit down." I like leave it like that, and it's so look. my friend Leah, she still makes fun of me to this day about that. And I know, I guarantee you 100% she's laughing right now. I guarantee you 100% she is laughing right now at that. And that was the first experience.
When was
And I
that?
streamed, let's say 2018. I'm gonna say
Okay.
2018.
Okay.
I think it was about that time. Let me see. I have my stuff here open. Oh, I won't be able to go, but never mind. But I think it was 2018 that I started streaming in the middle of April or something like that. And I met a lot of people. I did that classic mistake, which now I consider the classic mistake, which is follow for follow. I don't think I'd rather have, let's say, 100 followers and 50 viewers, permanent viewers, than having like 800 followers and only 5, 8, 9 people show up. I'd rather have less followers but more loyal than have a bunch of
Mm.
people. And
Hmm.
at the time, I did a lot of follow for follow. That's why I got so many people. I got like 118 people following me on my channel. Um, Most of them don't show up. Um, and I met a lot of people, really nice people in the Fortnite community. I met Hog. He changed his name, but I met Hog, who was a very good Fortnite player. He was in New Zealand. I met Kobarobs, great singer. I'm telling you, that man deserves to be on top charts because that man. I'm not gonna say he has the voice of an angel because he has a deep voice, and you know angels is more of high pitched, but he's very good. There's this song I love called Wicked Game. I asked him to sing that one on stream, and he sang that song so well. It was his first time, and he said, dude, I love this song because it has the high notes, the low notes. It's really challenging for me. I really like this song, and he sang so well. The guy's so talented. I'm telling you, so talented. You should. I'm telling you, top charts. If I hope he gets a break, he gets lucky. I met I am DJ Hello, which is an American DJ. So not American, UK from Wales. I met recently. I met Plush Ebola. He used to be a singer at I don't want to say hard rock, but he had a band called the Indian Giver, and I listened to his album like a few weeks ago, and I was like, I'm so sad I didn't get this album at the time it came out because I would love to hear this type of music. It's sort of like it's I want to say like new. I don't want to say new metal. It's hard for me to explain. I'm not good with the music genre, but what I'm trying to get is um, during that Fortnite time, I met a lot of good people.
Hmm.
But then came like the identity crisis. I was like, I'm not good at Fortnite. I can shoot people. That's not the issue. I have a hard time building. I
Hmm.
have a very hard time building. So no, I'm not going to play this. That's when I started streaming FIFA, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. I started streaming FIFA. I streamed FIFA, but not to the point that it is now, because now I have the YouTube, I have the Instagram.
Yeah.
And I remember I played some games of FIFA, but then comes the problem of not being a full-time streamer. I started working and I was like, oh, well, I'll catch up to you guys. I'm just getting settled on my work and stuff, man. But I would come home really tired. I just wanted to go to bed and sleep. Or
Right.
I came home if I had energy, it was already really late. I couldn't peel out.
Hmm.
Um, I wouldn't be able to. So, you know, 1 month turns to 2 months, 2 months turns into 3 months, and so on and so on and so on. Then this was about 2019, I guess. Yeah, 2019. Then end of 2019, beginning of 2020, COVID hits. And I think that the people, I know that you talked with Charlton about this. He started streaming a lot more and doing stuff on YouTube because of the pandemic. And my story ends up being that. Again, remember, my mentality was streaming is competitive. And because I was stuck at home because of the COVID restrictions, I went to Twitch a lot. I started not doing the follow for follow thing, but watching streamers. And I was watching this guy has a YouTube channel called The Internet Today, and he was streaming. And he was like, oh shit, I have to leave. I'm gonna raid this guy called B-Rai, stay there and support him. And he raided him. And he was playing the Final Fantasy remake. And I stayed there. A guy from the LGBT community, very nice guy. I met a lot of nice people through him. Again, networking. I went on his stream, I talked with them, and I started talking to other because the thing is when you're on Twitch, I know people are streaming. Okay, I can go because I know they're streaming. I'm not gonna be busy. They're gonna be happy for having me there. So I would go and talk with them. I met like Slugs. She plays a lot of Skyrim. She's amazing. I met her husband. He also streams like these weird alternative games. Really nice. Ocean. Look, I met a lot of nice people. It's hard. If I name them, it's going to be 10 minutes or something, just naming names.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm trying to say, what I got from here, I was going like this, watching him, and he was playing Final Fantasy VII. That's the furthest you can have from competitive, in my opinion. It's an RPG. And I saw the way he was working, on the crowd. I was like, damn, I can do this. Like, I don't need to be competitive. Like, my mind switched from stream is not only competitive, stream can be competitive and can be an RPG. You can chill with your friends. And then I spoke with a very close friend of mine, never met him in my life, just to make it clear. A Finnish guy called Tuka. I'm butchering his name, but I've known him like, yeah, almost 18 years that I've known him. And we met playing World of Warcraft and we became friends outside of World of Warcraft. And I was like, Tuka, what do you think about streaming like this and like that? And he goes, well, you know something, Fabio? You suck. Like, what do you mean? Like, you suck at competitive gaming. You're not the best. Like, I've seen you play WoW. I've seen you play FIFA. Sorry, you suck. Like, okay. And what about me streaming RPGs and more offline action-based games? Like, look, there's two types of streamers. There's the competitive streamer that wins everything, and there's the personality streamer. And Fabio, trust me, you have the personality. You have the personality. You're friendly, you're charismatic. You should be a personality streamer, like get a script, make things happen, talk to people. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I should really do that. And despite the fact that I play FIFA, which is competitive, I would rather lose a game and entertain people with my personality and stories than being like, shut up, I'm playing. No, I try my best not to ignore my chat because I try to be a personality streamer. And I was like, damn, you're right, I'm going to start doing that. Then I started playing RPGs. Yeah, I started playing RPGs. I'm a very big RPG fan. And what would I do was, this is the time, let's say, about this time of the COVID stuff, let's say May, April. That's when I started my YouTube channel. And at this time that I started my YouTube channel, I was playing, oh my God, I was playing so much Apex at the time. I was so good at Apex. Again, not Predator Apex level, like the top tier. I would like be a solid gold. Sometimes I would go to platinum, I think. Yeah, it's platinum, the next one. I would be around that one. Like, I have friends, I met nice people through there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna stream RPGs and action-based stories, like, let's say a God of War, it's a game to stream. Let me see, I streamed Final Fantasy, but there's a bunch of stuff that I streamed. And I started making a community. I started having a community. It was really, really nice. On YouTube, things were going really well with Apex, and on Instagram. Like, I still have Instagram posts of kills that I used to make on Apex. And yeah, and then that came that time of the year. Oh, and Apex time, one of the reasons I love to play Apex was I had a solid team. I had a French guy called Romain, Ripple Highland, and I had this one of the most amazing women I've met, called I'm going to butcher her name, but Halam. I think that's how you say it. She's Arab, but we call her Lumi. She's an amazing person, and she played so good. They carried me. I'm telling you. Sometimes I carried them, but like 80% of the time they carried me. That's why I used to like to play with them a lot. But then that came that time of the year that ruins me, which is September, and FIFA comes out, and I have to play FIFA. And at the time, I could like play FIFA on the offline time, and then I could stream something else. But what happened? I was jobless since March. Yeah, I was jobless since March because of the COVID. So basically, I went on layoff. Then when the layoff ended, they told me you have to go home. So during summertime, I was jobless. And when the channel was growing, I got another job. And the same thing happened. I like, guys, I'm just gonna get used to the schedule. But I would work really hard. I would get home really tired. And I was like, damn it, I want to stream, but I can't. I won't put the quality. And of course, when you're gone a little bit, people don't show up later because naturally they create their own patterns of people they want to watch. Completely normal. It's completely normal. But then I just stayed like almost 2 months because on the second month, everything in the island closed again because of COVID. Not because there was a problem in the island, but because there was a problem in the UK and the rest of Europe. And our president said, no, closing everything again, no one comes in. And my boss said, hey, Fabio, come on, you know how it is. Completely normal. I'll just sign the paper. And I went home. Um, then I stayed, I started streaming again. On the, I started almost from zero again. I would play FIFA on my off hours for YouTube stuff. I would put YouTube stuff on YouTube, FIFA stuff on YouTube, and then I would stream RPGs. I remember. Oh yeah, Octopath Traveler. I played Octopath Traveler on stream. I played many other games, and people would come. And one of the high points that I have to say was I was streaming on that day. I remember I was streaming Apex because I didn't want to start a new game at the end of the week, because no, that time I would not stream during. If I'm talking too much and you want to interrupt, you're okay.
Well, let me stop you there. So,
Okay, okay.
would you consider yourself a variety streamer now at this point?
Yes, I'm a variety streamer. It's just so you. I've been playing FIFA hardcore since September, but starting this week, so tomorrow, I will do like half and half. I'll do three days. I'm gonna do a different game. It's gonna be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. I'm gonna do like an RPG. I think I'm gonna start actually. I'm gonna start Ratchet and Clank maybe tomorrow. I'll start Ratchet and Clank tomorrow or after tomorrow. I'll start Ratchet and Clank, and Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays I'll do the weekend league on stream. Trying to keep my original community that likes RPGs happy, and keep my FIFA community happy as well, and get them all together. So
Gotcha.
I'm trying to mix all of them because I think it's possible. Again, I don't want to ignore one or ignore the other, because I
Hmm.
think again we can all live together. We can all
Sure.
live together.
Sure. Right.
Uh,
And then in terms
I
of,
told you I speak a lot. I told you I speak a
oh,
lot.
it's all good. No worries. No worries. So in terms of YouTube though, that's all FIFA content, right?
Yes, it started with Apex when I was playing Apex,
Uh huh.
but I said I'm going to change to FIFA. And
Okay.
yes, YouTube is 100%. So I can give you a brief idea of my schedule. Basically, let's say Mondays, I do marquee matchup predictions because people want to make money on FIFA. And I'm happy to say that I'm not 100% sure, but I always hit the one that gives the money maker. Let's say last week I did a video and I said Milan versus Inter will be the biggest match of the marquee matchup. It's coming. It's going to come out. If it doesn't come out on Thursday, it's going to come Tuesday with the UEFA marquee matchups. And it didn't come on the UEFA marquee matchups. It came on Thursday. And that one had a special thing that made me and everyone that followed me make some money because they had a requirement was minimum 3 players from one club. So if people put, let's say, a million player, they're like, okay, I'm going to buy 2 more million players because sometimes people are lazy and they don't want to go search for other players. So what, and I did, let's say, I did more than 50K profits that day, like with that investment tip. And of course, I gave others, like I said, look, I think that Sevilla versus Betis might come, but on the UEFA marquee matchups, Sevilla also has a very big match against Lille. So if you invest in Sevilla, you're going to make money either way. And I was right. They came on UEFA marquee matchups, and people that invested in Sevilla, they didn't make the money on Thursday, they made the money on Tuesday. But I was right. My investments, most of the times, because I've been wrong, obviously, most of the times, my investments are right. Then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I do team of the week stuff, like Tuesdays predictions. Wednesdays, I analyze the team of the week. Thursdays, that's my pack day. I open all of my packs on that day, rivals, playoffs, and stuff like that. No, I have another day, definitely. Then Friday, I analyze the new promo or the new team. It's like this Friday that's coming. It's going to be the new season. I'm going to analyze the new players. If there's a new promo, I'm going to analyze that. Now I'm going to give my feedback. Then Saturday some gameplay. And Sunday, it's the squad battle rewards and the weekend league rewards that I post. That's basically it. My content. I appreciate YouTubers like FIFA College that like to put tips on that like to make videos about tips because they help me a lot. Like I remember he did one about the left stick dribbling, and I watched his video 2-3 times to understand how it worked, and it helped me wonders. So I know I don't do that because I don't have the time, but again, it's about finding your niche, and I think mine, because I'm good at predicting stuff and making investments, I give that best of me to the people that want to watch my channel, and hopefully I help them make some money, so they don't have to spend real money on FIFA points.
Right, right. So that does create value for your content, because people are gonna
Yes.
go to you and they're like, "Oh, I want to make some coins here, man,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I gotta look at these marquee matchups."
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, going into that, just talking
Yeah.
about the marquee matchups. So, would you buy like the Sevilla example? Would you just buy some of those players before it comes out?
Yeah, I usually, with everything that you do in investments, you have to buy and wait until there is a need. Okay, it's like let me give you an example of real life. I didn't do that. I didn't do that, but I because I don't know how to do that. But let's say when the pandemic started and everyone was inside their house, one of the bigger investments you could have done in the island was invest in Uber Eats because restaurants were open, but people couldn't go out. And the people that deliver food, so you have to search when there will be a need for you have your supply, and there will be a time that supply will be needed, and that's when the price is going to rise. What I do is I have a place that I go to see the best matches that's going to happen on that weekend. Let's say I'm going to give you an example
Well,
of the
yeah.
video.
So
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off, but
no, 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 it's okay.
we're
It's okay.
talking about we're talking about Sevilla. Let's say
Yeah,
just specifically. So that's the big matchup.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
predicting it's
yeah.
gonna be it. So what I'm wondering is when is the time you would buy
Okay,
those cards, and which type of cards are we talking about?
okay, okay. Good. Okay, more specific then. Um, I'm just going to give it a small segue so you understand.
Okay.
I would usually buy them during on Europe during nighttime. Let's say 2, 3 a.m. if you can do that. Usually from let's say a Sunday to a Monday. Why Sunday to a Monday? First of all, on Sundays, a lot of people are opening their squad battle rewards and opening their weekend league rewards.
Right.
So there's going to be a bigger flux of players. Okay.
Right.
Nighttime, because most of Europe, which I assume is the bigger FIFA community, in a sense,
Right.
there's more people.
Mm-hmm.
So there won't be big fights on the markets to get the bids. What you need to do then is you have to try and buy players, let's say maximum 450 coins, common, okay? Common players and central positions, which means central can be attacking, like strikers, center forward, the cams, CMs, defensive mids, and center backs, okay? Because if you look at all the tactics that you see on FIFA, all the tactics in the game have these central. There are some tactics that don't have left wings, left backs or right backs, and they don't have wingers, but they always have those central positions. So people will fight for those central positions because it's easier to link. It's easier to link, and you have to go with strong nationalities. Let's say English nationality, Spanish nationality, Brazilian. Brazilian is a big one because you have a lot of Brazilians all over Europe playing. Um, and you have to buy them on the Monday by that price that I mentioned before, and then you hold them. You hold until marquee matchups. And what I do is, it's 6 o'clock here in Portugal that the marquee matchups become available.
Mm-hmm.
So 5:10, okay, so 50 minutes before 6, I post the prices with the buy now clause, let's say of 1K, between 800 and 1K. So as long as I double my money, okay, you have to not, you don't put 10K, okay, don't be greedy, because there's going to be people that will, you have to undercut, you have to try always an undercut. What happens then? Let's say the Sevilla, I got the Sevilla one right. Let's imagine that. When it's 6 o'clock and the Sevilla match drops, people are going to rush to the market to try and get the cheapest one, okay? Because there was a sudden urge, okay, for that type of player, for this case, the Sevilla player. They're going to look on the market for those Sevilla players, and they're going to try and buy the cheapest, and they're going to try and be faster than everyone else. So they're like, I don't want to go in the bid war. I don't want to go in the bid war with this guy. Like, I don't want to go in a 800 coin bid war with this guy because I don't want to spend my time bidding. I'm just going to go 1K. I'll buy now. Okay. On my last video, I have the proof of that happening because I bought a lot of million players. And you would see, I was doing the marquee matchups, and you'd see my coin balance going like, going up, because people were doing the buy now. People, I had like 900 1K. I was doubling my money because I remember I bought a lot of them for 350, 400. I bought a lot. So I was doubling and each my money going. And you try to predict. Sometimes you fail. I failed so many times. I failed. Luckily this year, I managed. So basically the idea is, if there is a need in the market, there is a need in the market. You try to predict the need in the market, and then you offer the supply, and people go there and buy everything.
Right.
That's the basic idea. Also, you have to have other factors into account when you are predicting these types of things. And again, I'm going to give you an idea. You have to take into account big YouTubers. Big YouTubers help you a lot. I saw a prediction that I think it won't happen now, but they were predicting, the Canadian guy from Lille, Davies, the
Yes.
striker. You remember he had an inform, right? Recently he had an inform.
Mm-hmm.
And they were predicting that he was going to get player of the month. This is an example because he's not in the nominees now, but I was already thinking about that. And he was going to get, they were predicting that he was going to get the player of the month. And I was already thinking how I was going to make money with that. And one guy that loves Davies, that calls him the Canadian R9. You know who does that?
David?
No.
Okay.
No. I'll explain. There is a big YouTuber.
Oh, he's a
that
YouTuber.
calls.
Okay.
Okay, there is a big YouTuber. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
sometimes language barrier can be hard. Sometimes I'm
Okay.
sorry about that. There is a big YouTuber that calls Davies the Canadian R9.
Oh, I
You
see.
know who that
Okay.
YouTuber? You know who that YouTuber
Oh
is?
no, I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you now. AA9 Skills loves that inform from Davies. He
Okay.
loves. So if if a player of the month Davis would come out, I'm telling you, Double A9 Skills would make a video saying, I'm doing this guy, he plays like this, is great. So I would try to predict, I would buy, let's say, 100 Canadian gold Canadian players from the left back from Bayern, the Davis card, because I would bet that there would be a segment that would require a Canadian player. And suddenly, with the need of a Canadian player, okay, the price would rise. And then with such a famous influencer YouTuber like Double A9 Skills, the price would go from here, and then he talks, the price would go like this. Sorry, like this. So my hand was off. But that's good. It go through the roof, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to analyze everything and everyone around so you can make money. You have to analyze how the market works. And an influencer can make bad card to look really good, and people go after the influencer and they do that card. In this case, if Davis came out as a player of the month, I would probably buy Canadian cards by, let's say, 500 coins.
Right.
And knowing the market, I would probably sell them by 5K, probably. Definitely, because depending on what the influencer, I'm saying Double A9 Skills as an example, but others, if they promote the card. The idea of doing investments is analyzing the markets,
Mm-hmm.
analyzing the market all around, and figure out where there will be a need, stock up, preparing for that need, and then you sell. And that's basically it. How I try to make some money on FIFA with that,
Right.
and help you guys, obviously, because
Yeah.
I could keep my secrets, but it goes
Mm-hmm.
back to the beginning of the conversation, trying to help the community.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Those are great investing tips. Some of them I was definitely aware of, but
Yeah,
even personally, I gotta be on top of it for me to make those coins. But those are great advice. I heard those before, confirming the fact that your trading advice is legitimate and you're actually
thank you,
profiting.
thank you,
So
thank you.
that's great. Um, we'll spend 10 more minutes, and I want to ask you
Sounds
more
good.
FIFA questions. We're
But,
already over
but
an hour in, and we just
yes.
flowing,
So,
you know.
okay, we were flowing. Yeah, I'm telling you, we could do like 2 or 3 episodes of this because I don't shut up. But I'll try to keep I'll try to keep my replies shorter. Okay, let's go. Let's
Hey, we
go.
would love to have you back. If there's another
Hey,
free time where you would like to do
hey,
another session, we'd love
hey.
to do
Whenever
another
you want,
episode.
whenever you want, I'll keep my schedule open. When you want, I'll definitely do something. But let's keep
Fantastic.
going.
We already had a lot of returning guests, so to have another one, it would be great. It'd be
So
great.
I would be happy. I would have. I'm
Well,
having a blast.
it keeps the show going, so we're definitely open to that. But you did mention you're an elite player. Not only are
Mhm.
you a great, fantastic trader making a lot of coins. By the way, how many coins do you have right now?
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I changed my team completely. I was sick and tired of looking at my team. So let me change. I'm going to tell you the team that I have because I'm talking to you, but I have FIFA on here. I have FIFA on here, so I'm always plugged. So I don't have a lot of coins at this moment. I have, and then I'm going to explain you this. It's because I don't have time. I don't have time to do
Right.
trading. Okay, I don't have time to do trading.
Right.
Most of the coins, I remember last year because of the pandemic, I had like time to play and do my tradings. I was I don't want to answer, but I'm thousands and millions. Like I had a lot of money. I had this crazy team. When I stopped the team of the season, I didn't pack anything. And at this moment, without playing too much, I already have a crazy team. I'm just going to give you an idea what I have. I have Chesney on as a goalkeeper because I need for the links. I have Trent on the right because of links to Mane.
Which strength?
I bought
The
the
gold
normal
or
one,
Rubriger?
the gold. I wish I could have the gold.
Oh,
I already have I already have money for that one. I have Cordoba, the hero card. I had to buy him 500 and something coins. I have the player of the month, Koulibaly. That's one of my biggest things. I go crazy over SPCs. I like to do SPCs. I bought Koulibaly. I bought Jordi Alba, so I changed my team. I have Mane. I have Inform Mane. I packed them twice. Okay, I packed them twice. Yes,
Is he
I'm gonna
tradable?
tell you. Wait, I'm telling you. I remember when he was on the team of the week. I even sent one of the guys on the esports club. I said, I hope you guys pack money. I wish you luck to pack money. And I opened my rewards and I got untradeable money. And people went crazy. Oh, and I put money on the team because at the time I had a prime site. And then I swear you, there is a YouTube video with this. There is a YouTube video with this. I finished weekend league and I was like, I'm opening the packs. And I was like, no, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save the pack of Team of the Week for Black Friday when they do the promo, and probably there's gonna be a featured Team of the Week. And on that day, I packed Vidal, road to the knockout. I packed Mukiele, road to the knockout, um, and I packed some big cards that I sold. No, I kept it to do an SPC. I think it was Hurricane. And I just literally, I just look at the camera like this, like, guys, I'm feeling lucky. I packed I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to open the team. You guys were so awesome supporting me. I always try to thank my community. I'm going to open the team of the week for you guys. And boom, I opened the team of the week pack and Monday comes out, a second one, tradable. I sold them immediately for 750,000 coins. That's how I managed to do it. And I'm telling you, from that day on, my luck went like this. It just went down, like suicide. It went down. It went down, down, down. Okay, so Mane and tradable. I bought Guardiola, the baby version, because I need the links. I did the Parejo SPC, which is amazing, such a good card. I packed the Road to the Knockout Rodrigo. I'm waiting on him to upgrade. Really good card. I have the Player of the Month Benzema, which the only thing that lacks on that guy is space. Everything else, it's so good. And I have Red Carrasco from this week's Team of the Week. I packed him yesterday, the red pick. I used to have Jan Mulla or something, that guy from Villarreal, but I sold him because I managed to put Carrasco in the team. And I show everyone, and can I curse on? Can I say just one bad word?
Sure, sure.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
I tell everyone, I want when people, when the screen shows up and you see the opponent scene, I want people to go like, "Fuck!" That's what I want people to look at me and go like, "Fuck!" I'm gonna face this. That's what I want. I want people to react like that. And I managed to get this very good team. I was lucky with the pack with Mane. That helped me a lot to create this team. But yeah, that's basically it. That's the team. That's the team. I know you asked me something else before. I already forgot the question, to be honest, and I went to the team. But yeah, the money. But yeah, I'm not making that much money at this moment. I have 159,000 coins. That's what I have. But again, I'm not trading as how I would like to trade. I'm not, because my idea of trading would be buy meta players late at night, 2, 3, 4 a.m. And then on the next day, flip them for, I don't know, 5K more. Like I gave a tip advice when Tavernier and James, I think it was last week's Team of the Week. I think it was, I don't remember now. But Tavernier and James from Chelsea, they both had an inform, if you remember. And I said, Joe Gomez, that the tip that I gave was, Joe Gomez from Liverpool is going to rise. And he, the day before, if you're listening to sound behind, that's my parents talking. If it's interrupting, I'll let it. It's good. Okay. The thing is about Madeiran people, we speak too loud. Okay, it's a Latin thing. We speak too loud. Anyway, and I said he's gonna rise. Joe Gomez is gonna rise, and he rose. I think he was 1,500, and he rose to 2,500, if I'm not mistaken. So imagine if you bought, let's say, 100 of them, I won't say would have made 100,000 coins because of tax, but you would make a lot of money. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, at this moment, talking about money, I have 159,000.
Yeah, fantastic. And then I'm sure You spent all those coins on the. Well, if you went full liquid, how much do you think you would have?
Oh, oh, if I could manage to sell everything, oh, I don't know. Again, I destroyed like, let's go. If I went full liquid, I know Cordoba, it's almost 500. It was 467,000.
Mm-hmm.
I saw money should be about another 500,000. So that's almost 1 million. Rodrigo the other day was almost 300. So yeah, basically 1,002,000 coins. This Benzema is worth 100 and something, almost 200. This Koulibaly 150. You see, my team is almost 2 million. My team should be almost 2 million. So, and of course, I have my bench. I didn't talk about my bench, but I have the Fikir card. I have Al Jaber, which is the Saudi guy, and I have the Inaki Williams hero card. That's the ones that I use. And of course, I have other players in the club that I'm not looking at, but I don't have a lot of high-rated players because, like I said, I go crazy about SPCs and I just do them all and I spend all my big cards in that.
Gotcha, gotcha. I mean, you got a fantastic team.
Yeah,
It's a pretty crazy team you got there, and
yeah.
a
I
lot of
just
coins.
I think that better than this, it's either Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi, or
Right,
icons. I don't
right.
think I can get any better than this.
Oh yeah, yeah. The players that you mentioned. I mean, if you want to upgrade, those are the players you want to
Yeah,
upgrade to, right?
exactly,
So it's
exactly,
just.
exactly.
But I mean, you gotta either trade a lot, make a lot, have a lot of coins, or
Yeah,
just keep paying money.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Paying
money, I'm
getting
not
FIFA
gonna put
points.
in. No,
Yeah.
no, no.
But
I'm
for your
trying not.
RTG, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good RTG team.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I was lucky. I was lucky. This is the first year that I had my best back luck. And you want to know this? Do you want to know what was my biggest pull? You want to know what my biggest pull was?
It was Amane.
No, my biggest pull ever was middle R9 last year.
Oh, last year.
10
Okay.
million, 10 million,
Okay, I
like
thought you were
ever.
talking about
No, no, not
talking
no,
about
no,
this.
last year, no, last year. Like in all FIFAs, that was, and ironically, again, there's a story behind. It wasn't my account. I was talking to a Portuguese friend of mine,
Mhm.
and I was like, dude, let me do marquee matchups so I can open for my video. And he was like, I don't know how to do marquee matchups. Okay, share play, I'll do them for you. Okay, and I did his marquee matchups, and I packed the R9 for him, and he immediately sold him for 10 million coins.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
that was my
gosh.
biggest pull, and it wasn't even for me.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah,
But
next
I'll
time.
tell you what though. Last year I pulled two Summer Stars Neymars back to back on preview packs.
Oh, back to back. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
one
really
was on
lucky.
stream. I opened the
Yeah,
preview pack. I pulled the Summer Star Neymar, and then the
yeah.
next day I was at work, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll just open the preview pack now." It was another Summer Stars Neymar
Oh, but
in
at
two
that
days,
time,
man. Yeah, that was
that's awesome.
ridiculous.
Now, by that time, what I usually do is I go until the end of team of the season, and then I take my break. I don't
Gotcha.
I don't do YouTube stuff during summer
Hmm.
because I need to clear my head so I'm ready to start the new season. It's like taking
Yeah.
long holidays because it is, you know it, you do FIFA stuff and you do other stuff. Sometimes you need to clear your heads because sometimes it can be pressure to get content you have to do this, you have to do that.
Right.
Because during summertime when the game cycle is ending, there is not a lot of people.
Right.
Of course, I would keep streaming games and stuff
Hmm.
like that.
Hmm.
My community could still be in contact with me, but when it came to FIFA stuff, I stopped because I had to clear my head so I could get ready for the next cycle coming hard. And this year, it's thankfully it's been very, very, very nice, and it culminated, like I said at the start, the highest point on the my FIFA career, YouTube career. This is my highest point yet being
Yeah.
here at your podcast.
Oh yeah, I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, I
No,
totally understand about taking breaks along the way
yeah,
and just
yeah,
giving
you need to.
yourself some time to just kind of relax a little bit from that. Um, But I also wanted to ask, like,
Of course.
what your skill rating is, because you said you're in the elite division, right?
Yes, yes. It's. I think I mentioned. I think I mentioned at the start. So when we were talking about being an elite, I I probably mentioned that I was in a lower tier. I'm at this moment. I'm with 1668. That's my skill rating. So I dropped. I know I dropped a lot, but again, it's my own fault. I'm telling you now, it's my. I'm not going to say it's my connection or whatever. It is my own fault because I believe I like to play football as in real life. And I mean by that is I don't go around skilling everyone. No, it doesn't make sense. You go with the, let's say, a Saint Maximin, I think he's 5-star skills, and the Saint Maximin goes and does a rainbow flick and scores a crazy goal. You don't see rainbow flicks. Like I think the only player that will see do a rainbow flick in game, it's Neymar. You won't see Ronaldo's do rainbow flicks. You won't see Hazard's doing that. No, I don't think it's real. I understand the idea of EA allowing players to do that. It's because it's to give the show. It's the show off. I understand it because people will go much crazier for a guy that skills everyone than for me. Guys, I do that tiki taka. Pass, 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 shoot. Pass, 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 shoot. I don't usually do tricks. Sometimes I do the left stick dribbling. Sometimes I do that, but I don't do a lot of other tricks. I'm not a skiller, and I do notice that a lot playing on elite. I find a lot of players that use skill moves, and I don't want. If I want to improve, I'll have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I'm sticking to my roots and I'm playing real football. No, tiki taka, counter attacks. That's the way that I see. But if other people like to play with skill moves, hey, as long as you're happy and you're not a rat, which I hate rats in this game. As long as you do that, be happy and do your own thing and have much success doing that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, can you drop from elite to Div 1, or do
No,
you stay in
no.
elite? You stay for good. And
Yes,
does that
uh,
SR ever hit
uh,
like a
I,
bottom
I,
cap?
No, there's no bottom that I've noticed. There's no bottom cap, and I'll have to. I was watching a Portuguese streamer the other day. Yeah, I was watching him, and I do agree with him. I think at least on elite there should be a bottom cap, and you should be allowed to drop from elite to division one. I
Mm.
think, and then you'd be able to go back to elite. Why is that? I'm playing with this a little bit, and why is that? Because I think elite, and I'm putting myself in that bunch, okay? I think elite should be for the best. And if I'm not good enough to be on the elite division, even I should drop back to division one and try to go back into elite. I think there should be a limited number of elite players because I can play 10 games and get to elite, and I'm an elite player. You can do 100 games and get to elite, and you're also elite, and you say you're the same level as me. But no, we're not the same level because I did elite in 10 games and you did elite in 100 games. Understand? I'm not saying that you're worse than me. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I would have more quality. I'm okay. I'm supposing this is a supposition. I'm not saying that's the fact. I think that elite should be really for the best of the best, which I don't consider me to be best of the best. There should be a limited number of elite players, and everyone else should be in lower divisions. Okay, so because if I arrive at the lower divisions, if I arrive at the elite, I'll beat the guy that's after me, and that guy is going to drop. And like again a ladder system, I would start going up. I don't think we should be all in the bunch because at the end, I don't consider elite to be the true elite because anyone can get in and stay there. If you could get in and get out, then elite would be the elite because only the best would be there. I don't know if I'm making sense with what I'm saying, but
No, I get it. Yeah.
I think again, I think there should be allowed. Even that, look, I'm telling you, the way I'm playing elite, I would have been kicked out of the elite because I'm not playing that well. But
Mm-hmm.
again, that's on me. It's not the game. It's not the connection. It's not the team. It's on me. I tend to stick to my way of playing. But if I have to improve, the way that I play, not the tactics, my vision, but it's the skill moves. That's basically what I need to implement in my game. That stubborn as I am, I don't implement that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's basically it.
And how many? You said you're rank 1 or rank 2?
Rank two
You
on
get pretty
it.
close to hitting rank 1.
These past 2 weeks, I had problems reaching. I managed to get rank two right at the last game, like
Oh,
really
I
hard
see. I
matches.
see.
But I think what's happening now is people are starting to catch up because players obviously have an influence in the game. Um, like if you're a pro player, you can have the worst goal team and you'll beat me.
Mm-hmm.
But people are saying, but before these 2 weeks, my first week was rank three because I was playing trash. Then I adapted to the game again. But the other times I was very close. Like I was one win away. But let's say when I lose a game, let's say I remember once I had like 5 games still left or something like that, and then I lost the game. I lost the game. I wouldn't be able, and I had still 4 games left. If I won all of them, I would be close. But I don't care to be close. I want to be there. I don't want to be close. So I just gave the wins away, and I ended that weekend league with like the 56 points because I
Gotcha.
gave wins again. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm working hard. I'm working hard to get to. I think I can get to rank one.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, I need to change my playstyle, but rank one is well in reach of my grasp when it comes to FIFA level. That one I know it is. It's just a matter of improving the team a little bit, adjusting my game style, and I'll get there definitely.
Yeah, you just need to get 16 wins. 16
Yeah,
out of 20.
just yeah, that it's like that. It's 20. If it was 20, it would be much worse.
Right.
But it's just 16. Just
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, it seems like you're more than capable of doing it,
I
and you got the
I
team.
believe. Now
Yeah.
one thing that one of my most recent viewers uh, told me is that dude, I see you playing FIFA. You're a real Benfica man. You have trust in yourself. You know that you're capable. Because this conversation came with it was a penalty shootout, and I was defending. I was like, he's going left. I would go left again. He's going right. I would go right. And I defended of the 5 shots. I defended like 3 of them. Like and the 2 that I didn't defend. I guess the side, but I didn't get there on time. But and I was like my trust in the game, my trust in my capability like I was reading that and people could see that I was reading that, but I was playing really good FIFA. Like I was playing weekend league, I was destroying everyone in my path, like 3-4-5-0, like at the beginning of the weekend league, of course. Then when you get to the higher ranks, you start getting tougher players. But
Right.
yeah,
Hey, that's great, and I hope you do get rank 1 this year.
I'll
It's
when I
been
get
uh
that,
huh.
I'll tag you, okay?
Yes, please tag me. Please do that. I'll retweet it. I'll retweet it just for you. It's been over an hour and 30 minutes. It's been that
Oh my
long.
god,
It
really?
just time just flew when we were talking to Fubu. So we'll end it here. Fubu, I'd like to thank you so much for coming through and just sharing your experiences, sharing
I have
just everything
I have to thank
about
you. Uh,
yourself.
sorry if sometimes it got at the start, especially if it got way too personal when talking about how things are going. I know that we wanted to talk about FIFA, and I feel like we ended up talking more about other stuff than FIFA. So I just want to apologize if I took the conversation that way, but I
Oh,
think
no
it's
need
also
to.
very
No need to because we talk about anything here, man. It doesn't just have to be FIFA. We're open to
exactly,
talking
exactly,
about all sorts of stuff, man. There's no
exactly.
limits to what we could talk about here. But again, where can people find you, just in case you have some viewers that don't know you?
Okay, so you can, I am FUBU87 on uh, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. You also find me on Facebook, but I'm not very active on Facebook. You can send me a DM with any question about FIFA, especially investment, about team building, wherever you want. You can send me that, and trust me, sooner or later I will reply to you guys, because I like to, part of this is interacting with everyone else, and I love doing that. So if you want, you can find me there, DM me, and I'll reply to you guys.
Fantastic. And again, we'll leave the links in the description below so you guys can check him out. FUBU87, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll have another episode soon.